have movement in the area. It's Godzilla. Godzilla. Can we even stop him?
I crave not the fame that this day will bring me.
We visited Bandai Namco Games London offices last week to get some hands-on time with their forthcoming Godzilla The Game, which is already released in Japan and offers a localized version for Western audiences. It's a monstrous bevy of wanton destruction as players choose from an assortment of modes, taking on the human forces and of course the Kaijus, who invade the stomping grounds at every turn. Perhaps the main mode of play to begin with, aside from the online versus mode, which sadly we were unable to sample at this point, is the God of Destruction mode, which has Godzilla earn energy by smashing up buildings, tanks, helicopters, ships and generators, which sees him grow across each stage. There's an option to choose a difficulty by way of a path selection, but in terms of sheer enjoyment, the game is quite forgiving as one would expect. So, the order of the day after the obligatory tutorial mission is passed is being dropped into a level and tasked with taking out a set number of generators. Once these fall, then it's game over for the opposing forces. During each mission, Godzilla is able to wander the enclosed areas at will, smashing buildings and landmarks to raise the destruction percentage and disaster level. Naturally, the higher the numbers, the more difficult it becomes as additional units are sent in to take Godzilla out. As you would expect, the hulking beast moves like a tank, and rather than rely on nimble moves, can perform swift tail whip attacks, a dash move, standing swiping with claws and a fiery breath burst which needs to be recharged. He's also able to grab enemies of appropriate size, although this isn't paramount to success as we found the ranged attacks to be better suited against most of the opposition. Godzilla can also perform an area attack which again needs to be recharged, but is great for taking down multiple helicopters at once. After beating the story, it's safe to say the gameplay is quite basic and can only go so far in that it's Godzilla versus the environment and of course the invading Kaijus and little else. There's not so much depth here, more a case of getting one's kicks from smashing things up over and over. We'd have perhaps liked things to move at a faster pace, but then again with Godzilla's dash attack it is possible to cover ground quite well. The game certainly feels like it's aimed at fans, and with the Kaiju guide available, which offers insight into the many beasts and their origins from the movies as a neat bonus, means there's a fair amount of unlockable stuff to strive for. Godzilla can also be upgraded in the evolution mode, which is a must if you're to take on the game's toughest offerings. We sampled the King of Kaiju survival mode and got to the last encounter only to be destroyed and hit with a game over screen. Leveling up would have helped greatly here. Each of the Kaiju has its own attack pattern, which has to be noted and countered. There's also option to take on the game using the unlocked Kaiju, so you're not restricted to just the one character. In fact, there seems to be quite a healthy roster to unlock. The game also features a diorama mode, which allows for customizable scenes to mess around with for those looking to be creative, which is a nice touch, although admittedly we spent little time working this feature out. To conclude, Godzilla is a simple yet effective game of destruction that will please fans and entice younger audiences due to its simplicity. There's a fair amount to unlock for purists, and we can see this being a fun game to dip in and out of in short bursts, maybe after a hard day where you just want to let off some steam without complexity. It's not a massive big budget game as it shows in its presentation, but does contain copious amounts of fun if you're into mindless gaming. Godzilla releases on PS3 and PS4 from July the 17th, 2015. Now check out some more gameplay from the God of Destruction mode. I'm Rob Cram, thanks for watching.
Stationary guns have ceased operating. Godzilla is approaching the generator. The generator is losing power. Only one generator still operational. Stationary guns have ceased operating. Third squad, begin your assault. It's Gigan! Down. I guess it might be too much to hope that if he defeats his enemy, he'll forget about the generator. Godzilla has reached Zone 5. Stationary guns have ceased operating. Fifth squad, begin your assault. Stationary guns have ceased operating. The generator is losing power. Godzilla has destroyed all generators. Godzilla's signal is still active.
You might say we were lucky to have survived it all.
We're calculating where Godzilla will most likely hit the shore. We have movement in the area. It's Godzilla.
This scenario is nowhere to be found in the handbook. Godzilla's existence is far beyond our understanding.
We move out against Godzilla shortly. Prepare for a combo attack from Super X and Super X2. Super X, engage. We can switch to the video feed at the data collection point. Super X will arrive in 30 seconds. First squad, begin your assault.
I need backup!
Godzilla is approaching the generator. The generator is losing power. Super X has arrived. The generator's power levels are at 0. It looks to have been completely destroyed. Super X2, engage. Super X2 will arrive in 30 seconds. generators have been destroyed, but Godzilla will not leave the area while an enemy remains. Stationary guns have ceased operating. Third squad, begin your assault. Stationary guns have ceased operating. Super X2 has been damaged from Godzilla's attack. Super X has been damaged from Godzilla's attack. Super X2 is losing functionality. This is not good. Super X2 is badly damaged. Super X is losing functionality. This is not good. Fourth squad, begin your assault.
Second target.
Super X is badly damaged. Godzilla confirmed to be alive. Our troops are not.
These events have turned out to be far beyond my capabilities.
If only we had collected the data in time. And what about humanity's last hope?